been a while since I've been back to make a video, but I was having problems with my car breaking up. So instead of doing a log and finding out exactly, I was guessing it was my fuel. And I got a PHR triple pump hanger. So I pulled that out. All right, I got my relays there. One relay per pump. And here's my connection for that. And I'll take you over to the pump hanger. This is the pump hanger. And this is what it looks like coming off of the pump. These are triple 450s. All right, that one's great. But then I came across this. And this one was also not great. A little melted there. So thank God I checked this out. So I'm just going to cut the plugs off and wire it directly and then heat shrink that just to bypass the possible bad connection from the plug. Not quite sure. But this was certainly the source of where it was getting hot. It even like melted into the female in there. Pumps on the left, new pumps on the right. Obviously new filter socks. This is the older ones. And yeah, there's a bunch of junk embedded in there. Thing is, so they got a QR code on there. You see that. Made in USA. And F940s 287. This is a little bit different of a design. 267? Did I misread that? There you go, 267. Yep. I believe they're the same pump. Yep. These are commonly counterfeited. So you can get fakes. I'm hoping that these weren't fakes. I don't know. It says made in the USA though. The reason why it was bad. Or I don't know what my problem really was, but hardwire it, and if I ever have to swap these out again, I snip it and rewire it again. Alright, and as I'm trying to rewire this up, like I said, I snipped off these ends to make it a better connection, a connection I knew was secure. And I'm, pulling back the coating on the wires here, the insulation, and the wires just don't look great. They look corroded, right? Like, compared this one to, like, this one. That looks great. This doesn't. And then I traced it back, and I was like, Jesus. How does that happen? Was it wiggling in there? Because that connection is bunk. That connection is terrible. It's like a quarter of the wires left there. So now I'm like, do I just get a whole new hanger? Because these are a little shorter than I'd like, because I had to snip off the ends because I kind of trashed them getting them off because they were impossible to pull off that barb fitting in one piece. Like keeping them nice. I had this thing for a couple of years, so I think it's just time to replace it. I wonder if I can just get this piece. There was a gasket. That's what happened to the gasket. The gasket that went right there. With Lance at PHR, and he recommends a complete replacement after showing him that connection. As usual, you think you can finish the project in one day. Simple fuel pump replacement. Nope, it's gonna be multi-day. PHR about this bulkhead connector being complete garbage. And they were nice enough to sell me their newest version. Unfortunately, it has a different plug. different style of plug. So this one, but here's the interesting thing. This one had, you know, power and ground that would go to each pump internally. But the difference being is externally, it would only go to the single ground. The single ground was in the center, which I'll show you in my car. The old style connector, right? Old style, single ground in the middle, and one ground right there. One is this has a ground for each fuel pump. Back one, I'm going to have to ground. I'll ground those to the car. The red ones are power for each pump. And then these, which are kind of neat, are color matched to the actual body harness. So this is the old harness, this one right here, and it connects down there, but you'll see it's like a black and yellow. There's a brown, and there's a yellow and green somewhere in there, but it's in there. Yeah, it's in there. You just gotta take my word for it. So they color match those, so that's nice. I am just gonna connect the dots here, and this bulkhead is connected. So this new style, this old style had a gasket like that. I say it had a gasket. I guess, yeah, did use the right word. That was destroyed. But this one has an O-ring. So we're going to wire it up and we'll see how it goes. I'll show you the finished product.
All wired up on the inside. Well, for the in-tank part, right, that's just hanging there. Because I can't put that on until it's actually through the tank. Because it won't fit. Because this hanger is kind of a pain in the butt to get it in, but I'd like to test to make sure all of these pumps actually work. So I'm going to hook up a quick little drill battery, give it a little quick power ground in my gas bucket there. Super safe, you know, don't try this at home kind of stuff. But this is what I'm going to do before I put it all in the tank and find out that maybe one of these doesn't work or leaks or, you know, you name it. But all right, so I'm testing my first pump. All right, that one works pretty well. Here we go. All right, that one works. And we got one more. Sorry if I'm a little hard to understand. I have felt like absolute garbage recently, but I love the mindset of no excuses. So here we go for the last pump. All right, tested all three. All three work. Love that. So now let's drop it in the tank. One other little detail about using this triple pump hanger. I have these filter socks. So when you mount these pumps, you should mount them in a way that the filter socks all kind of like just rest on top of each other. Like that. Because when you put this in the tank, if all these filter socks are like hanging out to the side, it's just not going to work. I mean, you'll just be fighting it a hell of a lot more. So I would recommend to do this. Even when you look inside the tank, you'll see, well, let's see here, that all those filter socks have to go in there. So to get the filter socks in, if they're all pointed out the other way, yeah, like I said, you're just going to be fighting it. So good recommendation. All right, now I'm going to try and take a video of me fighting this thing going in. Alright, so you get that in. And then you get this guy in. And then you gotta snap this onto this metal piece. Alright, so I wrapped a zip tie around this because sometimes this will pop off. And this hard to probably see. And this unit here is that I'm touching with my thumb is for your fuel level gauge. Wrestle these filter socks into there right now. You can see they don't want to really go in. Alright, so it's, oh, there you go. Something clicked. On top of that, you want to align it so that everything lines up pretty good. That goes there, and that goes there. Alright. That should be pretty good there. About the direction I want mine to be. And now I just have to wire it up. Well, put this back on, which is also kind of annoying. But we're getting there. Alright, so we're all buttoned up here. Wired that in. Everything's wired in. Alright, I got my grounds. I got my powers going to the relays. Got my grounds going to ground. I grounded it right there. Just a little chop of that. I was thinking about grounding it to right there, but I had already chopped that. So that is what I've got. Alright, I'm tightening down this and we'll go see if it starts. Let's go take it for a drive. Alright, took it out for a test drive. No more breaking up at a high RPM. So word to the wise. If you've got the first gen PHR fuel hanger, this type of connector, it can't hurt to pay it a little visit to see what the inside wiring looks like.